Hey guys, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys. Well, yesterday we did hot, messy topics, and somehow the conversation was taken over by Vanderpump Rules, which is always so much fun to talk about. I think because Jason and I, we were around the filming of it for so long, we worked in the restaurants. It just feels like, I guess, familiar or kind of like home in a weird, messed up way. I don't know how to explain it, but we're back to talk about more Vanderpump Rules because Lala Kent recently spoke about some stuff in an interview, and it was actually really interesting to me, especially her last minute, the night before filming, signing of a contract. But why? So we're going to break into all of this. But before we do, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like Lala Kent was unsure about filming Vanderpump Rules season 10. So from what we're hearing, and this is what she's explaining, she told Us Weekly that she was still deciding if she wanted to come back and if she wanted to even be a part of a reality show anymore. With everything that she has going on, she wasn't sure. And she does have a lot going on. Think about it. She has her 16-month-old daughter, who is Ocean, and Ocean she shares with Randall. Randall just had an LA Times article come out about him where it's like the demise of Randall, the falling of an empire. I mean, she also found out that this man had been cheating on her. There's a lot that's happened since season 9. So for her, she had to decide whether or not she was comfortable with having cameras in her face going through all of this. And that makes sense, right? But obviously, they want Lala Kent to be filming. So I'm sure if it was a last minute contract, money played a part in this too. I'm sure there were some negotiations that went into this, which wouldn't be very normal for Vanderpump Rules because unlike most of the other franchises, like for example, the Real Housewives, they have a different way of like payment. They pay episodically, but then they also decide what are you worth. And then normally you'll have someone on your side, if you're the housewife, trying to fight to get that number up. So it's a lot of negotiations, a lot of back and forth. That's kind of how it works. But for Vanderpump Rules, it's sort of like a tier system. So for like the first year, and I know this for a fact, like Max and some of the newbies from season 8, they got paid anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 for the entire season. Not a whole lot of money. But then you had someone like Stassi, and by the time she left, by season 8, she was making over $600,000. So every year you hit a different tier, but it's a set pay. I'm sure that there's always, some sort of kind of change to the rules depending on how much you want someone to return. And for Lala Kent, they know that there's a lot of drama around her right now. She's kind of become the resident like mean girl. She's taken over, or at least tried to take over Stassi's, spot. And I think that comes with the price. She said after watching old school Real Housewives of New York, she was itching to get a camera in her face. And that probably isn't the best news for Randall. She also said that she's excited. She's calling this single girl summer because her and one of her best friends, Katie Maloney, they're both back living in apartments. They're not in their $1 million homes. They're going to start dating again. It's a different side that we haven't seen. She made a great point. You guys have never really seen me fully single on the show. I want to see what that looks like, but I also don't want to miss out on any of the drama. Now, she did say while she's cordial with Katie Maloney, she has decided to burn the bridge with the Toms, at least Tom Schwartz, because Tom Schwartz decided to go out and take Randall up on a lunch date. And when she found out about that, she's like, listen, I have to keep my circle tight. And I don't have room for F-ups, okay? So if you're going to go out here and I can't trust you because we could be having a conversation and you might take that back to Randall, then we have a problem and I can't have you around. And I guess I can see where she's coming from only because right now I think her biggest priority is to protect her daughter and make sure whatever move she's making, whether it's through trying to get custody of her child or child support or where she's at, where she's going to be. I'm sure she wants to keep all of that under wraps because she has made it clear that any conversations that she has with Randall at this time are all done through a parenting app, and that's it. She does not have a texting relationship, a phone call relationship. And even though he said he hopes that eventually they'll get to a better place, Lala just doesn't strike me like the kind of person who wants to ever make that happen. I think she'll be cordial, but I think she'll leave it at that. Now, for Charlie Burnett, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. I don't understand the casting. I don't understand why she's back on the show, but Lala said that her and Charlie have been texting a lot and she has a roster. Lala said that's, those are Charlie's words, not hers, but she has a roster of men that she wants to introduce Lala to. So Lala is going to take her up on that, which means I'm guessing we're going to see Lala dating. As for Katie, she said that Katie in a vulnerable space is kind of like a gift to all of us. She's like, she feels like she's much lighter, and it's like a luxury for us to get to see this side of Katie. We've never seen the side of Katie because since season 1, Katie has always been with Tom Schwartz. And now that we're at season 10, obviously that's not the case because we're going to be watching them navigate a divorce. Now, we want to know, where are you with Raquel? Well, based off of what Lala's saying, she said she's in a good place with Raquel, but they're not close. We know that Raquel did sort of, I guess, appearance for Give Them Lala Beauty. She did kind of like a photo shoot with her. So it looks like they're kind of in a good place. Who actually knows? Because even Lala pointed this out. It's a reality TV show. So today we could be getting along. Tomorrow it could be off with your head. She did say that she has remained close with James, though, and her and James don't have the kind of relationship where they need to talk every day, but it's always like they pick up where they left off. Now, where does she stand with Scheana? Surprisingly, she's saying, at the end of the day, I'm surprised and I hate that it took Scheana and I so long to get to this place. But now maybe that's what babies do to you. She's like, I have a newfound respect and love for Scheana. We hang out all the time. And if you would have asked me a year or whatever ago, if Brock and Scheana would have made it, I would have been like, there's no effing way. But she said she has a new respect for Brock too, as a father, as a fiance. She said she really likes him, and hopefully we all get to see that side because I met him at Spilling Tea Live LA when Scheana and Brock joined Zach and I on stage, and he's absolutely incredible. The guy is super sweet. I know that he has a past. I didn't judge him based off of his past because I didn't know that version of him. I just basically judged him off of how he was treating me and the people in the room. And he was really nice to them. He caught up on his child support. He admitted to being in a volatile relationship. And I just want to see if there's a different side that the viewers get to see this season. Now, we also know that Jax and Brittany are feuding with Stassi, which is not news to anyone. This has been going on for quite some time, ever since they backed out last minute from Stassi's wedding. So Lala did address that too. And she said, while she doesn't necessarily love Jax, she remains cordial in their friendship for one of her very best friends, Brittany Cartwright. She said she doesn't know too much about what's going on with Stassi and Brittany, but she does hope that she gets, to see them get to a better place, find some resolve in the relationship. But unfortunately, we're not going to see that on camera. So I just want to stick to what's going on Vanderpump Rules season 10. I want to hear about Randall. Mention it all, especially because he signed a contract for season 9. I'm sure they're going to feature some photos of him. And that's exactly what we want. We want to hear the dirt. That's what we want. The dirt from somebody who's not even signed on to film for a 10th season. It would be really funny though if production had her come and sit down at a restaurant and she was supposed to be meeting with one of the other cast members and they're like, cue Randall. I don't know. Production shady as hell. So it could happen. All right, guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. So go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.